Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you very quickly about how to get a citation from a database article or an ebook. And this is actually pretty easy. So if we look here at an article, and this is one I had pulled up earlier, and let's say that this went along perfectly with my question, and I found lots of good information. And I've got some pictures here as well that I could use if I wanted to take a screen snapshot and use within my presentation. Let's say this is just the perfect resource for me. Well, if you find an article that you want to use, you have to create a source card for that. So the database should be where you're starting, because everybody, I've asked you to try to go ahead and start with a database. So I want to talk about this first. You see this little yellow looking document type paper, and when you hover over it, it says Cite. Click that. Now, what this is going to do is tell you all the different ways that you can cite this source, but we are using MLA for English. So we need to scroll down because these are in alphabetical order. And then what you see right here is what's going to go onto your source card. This is going to go on your source card. It has all the information that goes back to the author of this work, the title of this work, the database you find it in, etc., etc. If you look here, you see that there are two things that are in italics. The first one is the title of the journal or magazine that it's in. The second one is the database that it came out of. Remember, when you are putting this on a source card, that you cannot write in italics, so you'll want to underline those two things. Also remember that every period, every space, every comma is important. So everything that you see right here needs to go on that source card, including every period, where it's at, etc. Okay? Also, something that will help you to work smart, in addition to working hard, work smart. I always recommend that my students highlight this, copy it, and paste it into a blank Google Doc that they then entitle Works Cited Page, because that saves you the trouble of going back and having to go and type everything into your Google file or your Google document for your Works Cited Page. So I have to write this information onto my source card, put the number of the source, if this is my first source, or second, or third, or fourth. In this case, many of you, this will be your first source, so you're going to make sure and put a number 1 in the top right corner. And that's how you create a source card and cite your information. The same thing for an ebook. An ebook, so I'm going to go back. I'm now in the ebook collection, and here's a book that I have found that I potentially want to use if I were writing this, and I took notes from it and went through it. It too has the same cite button. So the articles, the database articles, and the ebooks make your life much easier when it comes to citing sources for your source card and your Works Cited page. There is what goes on my source card and my Works Cited page. So this is how you cite a source from a database or an ebook. That's all for this video. If you have any questions, you know where to reach me.